All right, finally, God. Welcome to the channel, everybody. Welcome to Friday Nights with Friends. Here's all my friends, and they're here, and it's Friday. Little complications. I want y'all to see this first. If you haven't already, check out this shirt that Blake sent me.
Oh, wait a minute.
Oh, yeah? Well, check out the back of mine. How about that? Did you see that? Very cool. Oh. I had to do a restart, so I got all the weird pop-ups on my computer. So hope y'all like seeing that. Welcome, everybody. It's Friday night again. Been running around like crazy trying to get this going for you guys because we love you. Tonight, I have obviously Bleak Rides with me, Dry Heat Doug, and Gma Rides. We may get some more visitors later. I've got a new person who's going to be getting on. I'm going to be interviewing somebody tomorrow, and they may be on here later. They got to show up. So first of all, Doug, what are you drinking?
I just muted for a second. This is some homemade apple cider.
Oh,
As
cool.
you can tell by not being able to see through it.
I need to make some for Christmas. We usually make some apple pie moonshine every year for Christmas and give out as gifts.
Yeah, because this one's fermented enough.
I went the cheap route tonight. I just went ahead and got me some blackjack. So Jack and Coke, pre-mixed, and they don't mix it as good as I mix it myself. However.com, it's a drink and it's cold. So here we are, everybody. Winter is here. If you haven't noticed, we got a good taste of it last week. It actually got really cold here. It got down to 34 Tuesday.
Ooh.
Yeah, sucks. It usually doesn't get that cold here until like right around Christmas or after Christmas. It hit a little early this year, so I'm hoping that doesn't. That's not a harbinger of things to come. Because I don't mind the cold, but
Don't use big words. We'll get so confused.
the Harbanger, the Harvey Wallbanger.
I've got the Pineapple Express rolling through right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just hoping it's going to be in and out. Maybe that's all. Like I said, it usually doesn't get below like 30 until late December, early January. Christmas week is usually we get the first cold snap here. This year it just came early, and I was again, like I said, I ride all year, and if it gets too cold to ride or if it's icy, I gotta bum the wife's car, and it is way too early in winter to be bumming the wife's car. So I hope this doesn't last. And then we got obviously Gma up there in the Great White Pacific Northwest, and
Or the great wet Pacific Northwest.
the Great White Wet Pacific Northwest.
That's.
I was eating a payday bar. It's hard to talk.
Words are hard.
Yeah. Words are hard.
Words are hard when your mouth's full of nuts.
There may or may not be some extra additives. You've been warned.
Really, in the comments.
Big words
Yeah.
like mayonnaise, yeah.
Big words.
We got Doug there with no winter, perceptibly. Maybe some sandstorms.
You know,
I'm sure you'll manage.
You know, it was a rough 85 degrees today. Yeah. Yeah.
It was nice today. It was 54 this morning. It was a nice ride into work. And I actually overdressed for the ride to work today because it's been so cold the rest of the week.
Are we 5 minutes in yet?
I'm not sure because we reset our time. Well, you ready to cuss already? What?
It rained all fucking day here.
Last week was our rain. This rain is crazy too. I don't mind the rain, obviously.
It's raining all fucking week too.
Go figure. And then we got Bleak, where it actually is cold. How cold is it today, Bleak?
Today was beautiful. It was in the 70s. It started in the mid 40s and then rose to about 70, a high of 72, 73. But after our cold rush we had last week, it feels like a balmy, tropic. It's just wonderful around here. And so I actually ran home over lunch because I wasn't going to sleep on a beautiful day.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
and I grabbed the bike, and I even made a little reel about it because I was like, my back's been hurting me, and I don't
I
care.
saw that.
Sometimes you got to ride. It's the
Yep.
bike is healing me. I work on it. There's a give and take, and on a beautiful day, I mean, how many signs does one person need before you
Yep.
kind of get it, and are like, this is obviously what I need to do.
Yeah. I mean, even when it's cold, I mean, even when I'm sore, I'd rather ride the motorcycle because I think I've just grown into that weird hip angle where if I'm sitting in a car, it hurts to sit in a car.
Yeah.
I'd rather be on a
So
motorcycle.
last week, this past week, I missed some days at work. My back was really flaring up. I had to do this whole prednisone burst thing, and
Oh,
then
I hate that.
the first day back, so I have multiple positions at the dealership, and one of them happens to be in rentals and rider services, which includes winter storage. So we had a backlog. Me missing 2 days immediately created a backlog of bikes waiting to be put away. People brought them in. The service guys did their job, did their inspections. They need put away. And you'd think, oh, back problems, probably shouldn't be messing with bikes. I'm better on the bike than I am walking around half the time.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
I feel you.
I had the luxury. Oh, what a luxury. So one of the guys who used our service has a Ducati Multistrada V4S, which is a
Ooh.
phenomenal bike. And I got to take that up to the storage building. And just that little ride up the little twisty hill, what a glorious time it was. I'm so glad I wouldn't miss that for the world. And I'm sure, some of my bosses or something were probably like, is this guy going to be all right? Oh, he's on two wheels. He's probably fine. Watch out for him walking around the dealership. That could be problematic.
Yeah, let him ride.
Yeah.
You need one of those Honda suitcase scooters.
That would be fun.
It'd be fun around the dealership. I mean, hell, they drive 900-pound cruisers all through the dealership. Why not have a little bitty scooter? Look at her.
Ah,
We actually have the scooter would probably be fine, especially an electric one. We have all these regulations we have to follow about bikes in the dealership, and being we're a big dealership, we got a lot. We follow them, so we don't really ride the bikes in the dealership. We'll take them, we'll roll them outside, and then fire them up. Let people do whatever they're going to do. In the service department, it's a little different. You can obviously you got to fire a bike up in there, and or move them around. So that's actually quite a bit of fun. But then being at a dealership, you do have the option of like on lunch, taking kind of any bike you want for a ride. Sign the waiver, try the test ride, bring it back. Which is glorious because I get practice on a lot of stuff I may never have got to even try just because of location.
I think they fired some up when Gma was here and rode around inside the dealership, and that's their thing. If somebody buys one off the floor, they crank it up, ride it around the floor, and then ride it out to the little sign and take the picture that's inside the dealership, and then they ride it outside.
Yeah.
I forgot to mention to you, Rainey, that day after you and the Pillion left, a guy bought a motorcycle, and so they did all the things.
The bells and whistles.
I've got
and
it
dongs
somewhere
and,
in my phone. Yeah.
Yeah,
It was pretty cool.
it's a big deal there. They start playing, Thunderstruck, and then the jumbotrons all play the Thunderstruck, and the dealership has a little video, and then they run it around. Everybody starts clapping, and everybody goes and jumps on a bike, and as soon as they get to the last note, he hits the gong, and then everybody honks. Anybody can grab a bike and honk the horn on the bikes, and it is so much fun. Lots of
ours. Usually, whichever sales staff member has carried you through the journey of your new bike, they'll grab the PA and say, hey, we want everybody at Big Barn to know we're bringing Rainey into the family, and he's the proud new owner of a 2025 Road King. Rainey, ring that bell, and then you'll ring the Freedom Bell.
Yeah.
And then we'll usually all either like over in parts, I'm just hooting and hollering and clapping, but a bunch of the sales staff will usually gather and do all the horns and stuff. And then they also have what they call a paparazzi, where they have this big air cannon filled with confetti, Every time someone buys a bike, right as they ring that bell, one of the sales staff fires that off, and it shoots this big plume of confetti into the air.
That's cool.
It's like orange and black confetti, so it kind of
Of
it's
course.
thematic, and it's a good time. I filmed it when I bought my Sportster there, and I don't
Nice.
even know if they knew I was filming because mine's just discreetly mounted to my helmet.
Uh-huh.
And I filmed the whole damn thing and had such a great time. And I bought plenty of bikes, but that was the first time I bought a bike and actually was like, "Oh, we're family now. Thank you."
At Southern Thunder, they you ring the gong, they honk all the horns, then they pull it out in front of the brick sign, and your salesman takes a picture with you. I did that with the Sportster. When I did the Street Glide, I bought it, walked right outside, cranked it up, and drove it home. And Nick, the guy we were talking to, he was like, "So you want to get your pictures?" Not really. Come on, man, let's go take a picture. And I was like, we could take one outside, man. I'm ready to ride this bike. And he gives me crap about it when I go in now. Man, you didn't even take your picture, man. We didn't even get to go ring hit the gong or nothing. I'm like, dude, I wanted to get on that bike so damn bad. Just
I think at ours they set you up for it. While you're still doing paperwork with finance, they wheel the bike outside to where we have a giant American flag, flag of the United States, and they'll have the bike parked in front of it, and then they'll have you come step outside with them, and they'll get your
That's
picture.
cool.
Yeah, and it makes for a beautiful backdrop. I mean,
well, I think I threw them off because when I test drove the bike, and I made a video on that, and then I left the bike parked outside when I brought it back. I parked it over where me and you parked, G-Mom. And I left it there, and then I went inside, signed all the paperwork, went back outside, and he's like, "Oh, that's where the bike is." So I think I threw him off, and because I think they were looking for it and didn't know because it was outside, parked with all the other bikes. But yeah, dude, I am so in love with that bike. I am so happy I got that bike. Somebody on one of the videos today was giving me crap about on one of my shorts about, dude, why'd you trade the BMW in for that, man? What, your IRA kick in, you don't have the money anymore? And I'm like, because I wanted it. I mean, this is I'm the guy that 10 years ago swore I'd never get a Harley. Man, why would I want a Harley, man? That's just pomp and circumstance and shit. And look at me now, man. I wanted the obviously I still have every motorcycle. But
You drank the Kool-Aid.
I drank the Kool-Aid. It got to the point where I was like, this is what I want out of a bike now. When I was younger, it's like going from a sport bike to a cruiser. When you're younger, you know what you want. You know what's comfortable. You know what you want out of a bike. You know what you want to feel like. And now that I'm the age I am, because we've all been that age so far, Blake, you're not far behind. And now I want to feel more comfortable on the bike. I want more comfort out of a bike. I swear I'd never get a bagger. I swear I'd never get a touring bike. The first time I mentioned getting, a bike with luggage and a trunk on it, Diana was like, "We are not getting an old person bike." 2019 rolls around, we get an old people bike. We're ready to ride across the country now, because at that time that's what we were ready for. We wanted a bike that had suitcases and lots of luggage and heated seats and heated grips and a huge fairing on the front. You grow into what you need, and the point hit that now I don't want this high, big performance, speedster canoe. Now I want a low slung bike that doesn't hurt to sit on. You just kind of grow into what you need, and your tastes are ever changing.
well, our hearts and minds will always be 17, and you'll get up every day. At my ripe old age of 44 now. And whatever pops and clicks and ushers in that new morning, you approach it with that as well. So you still feel like 17-year-old ready to tackle. And then the body, you feel all that, and you're like, well, maybe instead of tackle, just a quick jaunt. It translates to the bike just the same. I love sport bikes. I love going extremely fast. And I make all kinds of goofy little jokes about it, about like, if I travel fast enough for long enough, I'll reverse aging, or the closer you get to the anyway.
The Superman 3 paradox.
However,
Make the world spin
I
backwards.
really like being out on the highway. I like having time to clear my mind. It gets very cluttered up here, and having that time to clear it out, very good. So doing that comfortably, I rode from Des Moines to Atlanta, Des Moines, Iowa to Atlanta, Georgia, on a cafe bike.
Oh,
and that bike was 540 pounds wet, and
Oh,
it was a
Lord.
900cc bike with just a bikini fairing. And I feel like I've actually had a fight with the open road. And it's a real rapscallion, let me tell you. That thing
Sounds like it.
kicked the piss out of me. It was Tennessee. Coming through the twisties of Tennessee on that little bike fighting semis beat the living heck out of me. But I learned something about having a big bagger or having something not necessarily I wouldn't say more capable. The 900 rode down the road just fine.
Yeah.
But the big bagger I had didn't get blown around by semis and had room to move my feet, and my butt didn't go numb after an hour and a half. It had all these other things going on. It might have looked like something John Wayne should have pulled up on, who I clearly am not. But it was great at what it did. It was truly a phenomenal tool for the unique circumstances that required it.
Yeah, it's almost like when you grow up and you have kids, and you have that 2-seater, and it's like, well, this isn't going to fit me anymore. I have different needs in my life.
Yeah.
And you can still keep that little 2-seater, but your primary is going to be something a whole lot different because you have to satisfy different, needs in your life.
Well, and so I keep looking at that Connie 14, which is the pinnacle. Maybe not the pinnacle. That might be Honda's Goldwing. The Zenith, we'll say. The Zenith, the highest point below the Observer. That C14. And it's sport touring. It's a spaceship. It's a rocket meets some form of comfort. It has ABS. It has a modern windshield, goes up and down, all that kind of fun. But it still has the heart of a sport beast. And I'm so enthralled with the idea that I can still be sporty at this shape of body while still having some hard bags. And there's a guy I've been watching a lot. He's not a very big YouTuber. I don't know. All the ones that tend to really intrigue me are kind of the smaller channels. He goes by Copper Dog. And he's, I want to say, in his 60s, maybe 65 or something. All he does is ride sport bikes still to this day. Loves them. He says, I can't give it up. I can't let it go. And I'm always like, I wish I had half of your back left. My God. Incredible man.
Copper Dog?
Yeah, I don't think he
Copper
has
Dog.
it back. I think he sacrifices that.
He wears that leather suit, so he stays all in one piece.
Yeah.
He wears that full track suit. Keeps him in.
Yeah.
Has his compression flight suit.
But anyway,
No, like I said, I still like going fast. I still like getting the wind in my hair. I still like, but at some point, that's great for running around. Just like being on the sports, that's great for running around the city and getting out on the weekend trip and being out for 2 or 3 hours. Not good for taking trips to Florida. Not good for taking trips to Iowa. Not good for taking trips, up to Ohio. So you need something else for that. So anyway, so Bleak, you're kind of in that part of in your part of the country, they still plow. They still take care of the roads.
Yeah.
So you can still get some riding in.
Yeah, well, and actually for like the last 7 years, Iowa winters have been really mellow. So growing up in Iowa or living my whole life here, all but plus or minus a year and a half that I spent in Minnesota, I can say I have a pretty good idea of how our weather acts. And many years ago, we used to get terrible, like blizzards, snow drifts as high as a semi, just lots of snow, stuff like that. Like the past 7 years, 8 years maybe, it's been mellow. We'll have 2 weeks out of the year that drop into the negatives. And it might be negative 10, 15, something awful. And then the rest of the time, it's in the 30s, 40s. It's cold. It's obnoxious. And there might be snow or crud laying around, but it goes away. They clear the roads, and you can go ride. So the last couple years, I'll winterize one bike and leave one good to go, just on the tender in case I want to go ride.
Yeah.
It's just been that mellow. The one dilemma, but now I kind of have that sorted, that I'd always been dealing with is when you go for a winter ride, now you got, because we're Iowa, now you have legitimately put salt onto your motorcycle. and that ain't cool. You know, a lot of us care quite a bit about our pretty little steeds. But now, working at the barn, I can pull my bike into the wash bay, get it cleaned up before I take it back home and put it away.
I remember the phenomenon when I first moved to Chicago of trying to get the salt off my car and putting a shell of ice on it. And I'm like, what the hell? This was a bad idea. Why did I do this?
You see cars with no wheel wells left and stuff.
Yeah.
It's just eating it away.
Dude, I do not miss living in Chicago at all. I love Chicago for a couple of things, but man, I hated the winters there.
They put some kind of sand stuff on the roads here.
Yeah, that stuff's awful too.
They started using
Yeah.
chemical salt in Chicago when I was up to the blue salt. And then they found out that was also
Yeah.
caustic and didn't do any better. So
I don't
it's
take
like-
none of that shit off of mine.
Well, Iowa drivers,
Yeah.
you gotta love them. They don't. A lot of them don't plan very well, like ahead. You know, they don't leave for work early, or they're always running behind. So it's funny, like after a snow, or even during a snow, you'll have people still continuing to try to like whip around in little two-wheel drive cars and stuff. And there'll be 10 vehicles on my little stretch of way to work on the highway, all off in the ditch, because nobody stopped to consider like, oh, you know, winter is here. Maybe I should slow it down, or maybe if I don't have 4-wheel drive, I better act differently. They don't. I can't imagine how good those tow companies do.
Oh, yeah.
Well, Wednesday I had to drive Diana's car to work, and I forgot one big thing about cars that's different about motorcycles is that you have to defrost them. So I go out when I would normally leave for work, and the car is covered in frost. And it's like, well, okay, I can do this. But do not miss this.
You're driving down the road and you're looking out that little thing that's about the size of a deck of cards.
Well,
Yeah, I can see.
I've never
I can
done
see
that.
Fine.
I have seen those people that do that though. I need the whole damn thing. I need
Uh-huh.
windows rolled down. I need the back. I can live with. I can live with the little lines in the back. But that front window, dude, especially around here where you got people that go, I can drive in this shit, no problem. You need to be able to see every stupid fool on the road. So yeah, I wait till it's thawed or I roll the windows down. You got to.
You know what's good when you get back in the car on a really cold day and realize this feels really weird. I haven't done this in a long time.
I did that. So when I went to get in the car Wednesday, I went to go get in the car, and first thing I was thinking was before I got out, I was like, okay, well, I don't need my snow pants. I don't need the muffler. I don't need my neckerchief. I don't need the extra layer underneath. And then I get in the car, and I'm like, it's fucking cold.
Yeah.
And the inside of the car, and I've mentioned this before, but it's like when you dress to ride the bike, you dress warm. You put your clothes on when you're still warm inside the house, and you keep that warmth inside you. And it may start wearing off about 15 minutes into going to work, but 10 minutes later, you're at work. When you're in the car, it's cold. By the time it finally warms up, you're at work. Now you got to get out of the car and walk inside. Now it's cold again. I'm just better on a motorcycle. That's all.
When
all
I'm
kinds of-
traveling, one of the things that I do to make it easier to leave my nice, cozy motel room and kind of to acclimate myself to if I'm leaving and it's cold as all fuck outside, I go over and I crank up that AC to where it's about the temperature it is outside so I don't have that. Yeah, works pretty well. No extra charge.
I'm at a point already in the year where I get up and I do my whole morning routine. I get up 2 hours early before you getting ready to go to work.
Oh,
So
Lord.
about 30 minutes or so before I'm actually planning to head out, I'll start considering going out and checking the vehicle, getting it ready and warming it up. However, lovely wife Lauren, who's battling her cigarette addiction, lately waits till that morning to go get her cigarettes. So I've been getting into a very warm car. It's nice.
Nice.
It's kind of like having remote start, but without having to do anything.
I'm just
I have remote start on my car. I love it. for those times I do actually have to take it.
I used to have something like that, but it was like remote beers. They showed up cold though.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Well, that's good.
Nine Mills showed up. Welcome in, buddy. Nine Mills was going to try to duck in tonight, I guess.
Hey.
He's just chilling. Glad you're doing better, man. You had us all worried here a while back. I don't want to move. So Florida obviously would be the perfect place to move to, but then it's hot. Summers are hot, and then I like being up, north because the summers are kind of mild, but then they get stupid cold. So as much as I complain about the weather when it's hot here or when it's cold here or whatever, this is still the perfect place to live because the summers don't get too stupid unless you go down to Little Sturgis, and the winters don't get too cold. So this is kind of the perfect place to live because it's pretty much nice all year round. Summer wasn't too bad this year. Again, I rode it was bad when I had to get in the car. It was bad when I had to get in the car because that's stupid. And then winter wasn't too bad. So I kind of like it here.
I found some property in Arkansas for pretty reasonable.
It's the
What part?
perfect place to live. Everybody should move there.
To Arkansas.
Eureka Springs.
I'll stay here.
Oh,
but
dude, I would
everybody
not
should
live in
move
Eureka
there.
Springs. That place is murder in the winter. That's definitely one of the
I
places.
wouldn't be there in the winter.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be there in the winter.
because of the winters when those roads, because they're so sharp. Hey, she made it in.
There
I
she
did. I'm sorry. I took a quick shower because I got rained on the way here. So I had to
Oh,
get some hot water, feel my fingertips again.
welcome in.
Thank you.
So obviously,
Hi.
if you guys don't know, this is Biker Girl, not the other Biker Girl, but this Biker Girl.
There's another biker girl?
There is just a Biker Girl. You're the only Biker Girl.
Ah, okay.
Don't let it get to you.
She'll
Uh,
probably be on about 5 minutes before the end.
She'll come in and complain, and she'll be drunk when she gets on, and complain that she was late getting off work. So anyway, but tomorrow I'm interviewing her. I'm interviewing Biker Girl, 7 o'clock tomorrow night. So if you guys want to be there, please do. We're gonna have a great time. So
Oh, Chasing Ghost just stepped into the chat too.
Chasing Ghost, welcome in. All right, so go ahead, Biker Girl, introduce yourself. Nobody knows you but me so far.
Hi, I'm Sheila. I am a biker girl. I do more than that. I am also a grad student in clinical counseling. I have I have 5. One's an outdoor cat, 3 dogs, 2 cats. And I ride for commute. I ride for pleasure almost every day.
Nice.
And what kind of bike do you have?
My husband and I together have 7 bikes. My main bike is a BMW S1000R. And my backup, MT-07, it's a fun bike. I've been riding it for the last couple of months because my main bike was down because I had an accident in June. And my husband's like, I'll get around to fixing it. And then finally it's fixed now. And I'm so happy because it's like as much fun as the MT-07 is, especially with like no ABS and all, like fishtailing everywhere.
Yeah.
I am very much ready for a grown-up bike again.
Well, you live in a part of the world where you can actually ride year round.
Gima,
What?
She
What?
rides a leader bike. She can keep up with us.
Okay.
So
I'll
Doug,
bet you $20 I can keep up with you even if you don't ride a liter bike.
oh, me and Gima have left people behind. It is so funny, not intentionally, just because and she's hard to keep up with. I'm going to say that. Doug, you've rode with her. I've rode with her.
No, we did the speed limit the whole time while we were in the United States.
I bet you did. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm
So
not
Doug's-
copping to nothing.
Doug says I cursed him because he says I got him into BMWs and now you have 2 of the same bikes. And did you get?
Yep. 2 of the same, and then the Electro Glide and that fat boy that I'm playing with here in the living room.
Doug somehow ended up
Ooh,
with 2.
I don't think you can say that.
I ran out of room in the garage. Okay, so I've got to
Oh,
move
okay.
stuff around.
I
Otherwise,
get that.
It's just a great place
Yeah.
to get dirty. And it's my house. I can do what I want.
That's what I said. I have room for 4
Yeah.
bikes now because GMI came to visit. I made room for another slot. Now I have room for another one.
Yep.
Oh my goodness. Too fun.
'Cause we
Bike,
don't sell-
Doug, were your R's, your RTs, were they, or your RTPs, were they 1200s or 1250s?
they're 1200s.
1200s.
So they
Nice.
don't have that.
Yep.
They don't have that weird shift on them with the cam. So yeah.
I do miss my
I've
RT.
had those engines all the way down to literally just the shell. That was it. So I put them both back together. They're both purring, and now it's time to start playing with other stuff.
So wait, what do the rest of you ride?
So
I ride everything.
Bleak works at a Harley dealership, so he rides everything they
Yeah.
have on the floor.
Oh,
But,
Harleys.
but my main is a Kawasaki.
Okay, which one?
I like to do ZG 1000, Concourse 1000.
Nice.
Their old touring bike. But I've had a bunch. I had the Z900 RS, the little Eddie Lawson Nod, some Ducati, but now I'm in the market for a C14. I like that ZX14, which I would probably daily. But yeah, everything. If it
Nice.
has wheels and a motor, I'm down to ride it.
That's what I said before we, my husband and I got a V-Strom, and I managed to get this V-Strom that was in really good condition for $500. And
Nice.
yeah, I know, and it's so crazy.
Congrats on
The story
that.
with that,
I like it.
because he thought there was engine issues, or maybe it was like throttle issues. So I was like, okay, it turns on fine, but then as soon as you pull the throttle, it turns off. So we brought it home. We had to tow it home because we didn't know if we could ride it or not. And then it turns out the only problem with it was there was no gas in it.
That'll do it.
Wow.
It has been sitting in his front yard for 3 years. He has not used it. So we put a new battery in there. We splashed it with some fuel, and it was revving. It was so beautiful.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's funny how you get these garage, and I have one right now that I've got to talk myself into finishing, but it stayed in a shed, or stayed in a storage room for 10 years. Then somebody bought it, put it in a shed for another 3 years, and then
That's
the guy
so-
that bought it from him had it for a year and said, "Yeah, I don't think I know. I'm not going to finish this bike. Maybe you want it." Well, it was a Kawasaki 650R, a Ninja. That raced on the Memphis Speedway. They crashed it, and because they had another bike to run, they just put that one on the trailer. And then they ended up putting it in storage. Was going to fix it up later because they had a bunch of bikes. It just stayed in the storage for like 8 years. So it revolved its way around to me, and it had the skins were pulled off of it, no lights on it, the handlebars were bent, no gas tank, no pump, no battery. So the first thing I do is I get it and I say, I just want to see if it'll turn over. So I put a little diesel in the cylinders, put a battery on it, roll it over, and it rolls. I'm like, okay, well the bike should start. So then I just start trying to build up. I get a gas tank, get the pump on it, get a fuel sender. And the first time I try to crank it, it actually cranks. And I'm like, holy shit. So I'm looking through the oil window, and it's got oil in it, and it looks pretty good. I'm like, okay, that looks pretty good. So I ran it around the block a couple times. Yeah, that looks good. Let's bring it home and change the oil in it. When I pull the oil plug, so Kawasaki's have the little V on the bottom of the oil pan. That entire V, it had probably a cup and a half of water in it, straight water. And then when the oil started coming out, it was milk. And
Ew.
it had been sitting, but the bike was running great. So I'm like, well, shit. So I put oil in it, excuse my French, put oil in it, crank it up, and then it runs even better. Now it doesn't sound like a diesel anymore. But it was hard to tell the sound because they had a racing exhaust on it. It was very, deep baritone. So I couldn't tell that that's not how it was supposed to sound because it didn't sound like a regular street bike. So now I've got it all running. I just got to put the skins back on it, put some lights on it, and I can't convince myself to put new tires on it and buy new skins for it. Because now that's a big jump into the financial circuit.
Yeah, tires are getting so expensive too.
Yeah, but I got that bike for free. The guy's like, take it. I'll never fix it up. And I've had a couple of those. I helped the guy get a Yamaha one time for $64. because
Oh my God.
some
That's
lady
a very
had it.
specific price.
And let me tell you why. So this guy calls me. We all got time? I'll tell a story. A guy that I worked with calls me and says, "Hey, you know anything about Yamaha Radians?" And I said, "Yeah, it was a cool little racing bike, little small cylinder back in the '80s. They ran them on tracks." And he goes, "Well, I found one, and the lady wants to sell it for $650." And I said, "Okay, that's probably a good price for it." He goes, "Well, go with me to look at it." So I go with him. It's on flats. We roll it out of the shed. He puts gas in it, and it cranks, but not very. It won't run very well. And I was like, "Yeah, it sounds like carbs are messed up. Probably got some busted diaphragms in the carburetors." He goes, "Well, you think it's worth the money?" And I said, "Yeah, I guess." He goes, "Do you think she'll take less?" And I said, "You can ask her." So he goes up, kind of acting dumb. How much do you want for this again? And she says, $64. And he's like, "What?" He says, "Yep, I told my son I've had to register it for the past 3 years. I told him if I had to register it again, I'm selling this bike. I want my $64 back for registering it." And he looks at me and is like, "You think it's worth it?" I said, "Dude, I will put it in my trunk. If you don't take it right now, I'll put it in the back of my car. I'm taking this thing home." So he took it home, and we ordered some $50 carburetors off eBay, put them on there, synced the carbs up, put new tires on it, and he ran it to. I knew him for 3 more years. I worked with him. He rode it to work for 3 more years. So it's weird the finds you can, the barn finds you can find, or the garage finds.
Yeah, but there's also the opposite of that, because I just recently bought a Buell, a Firebolt 1200, and those are badass, by the way. We have 2 now. And I just got that one. It was a white one, and it was $2,700. So I'm like, that's a good deal, especially like for a Buell. They don't make them anymore. They're discontinued. So he's like, "I'm a little behind on registration." I'm like, "That's okay. I'll take care of it, man. Don't worry. I want this bike. I want to ride it home right now." Yeah, it turns out it was almost $1,000.
Wow.
Yeah. And now it's in Temecula getting fixed by the only person who we know who fixes Buells. Because Harley people, even though Buells are technically Harleys,
Yeah,
they're
I
like,
love stuff.
"Nope, I won't look at it."
We don't even have most of the manuals for them anymore.
Yeah.
It still could be a pretty good find. We have a friend who has how many bikes does Bueller have now? How many Buells does he have? He's got a Firebolt, a Ulysses. He's got I think he has a Lightning. He's got quite a few. So he's gotten very good at fixing Buells. Obviously, his name is Bueller.
So fun.
But
They're so
With
fun.
a name like that, he should.
yeah,
It's a sports bike, but it rides like a Harley because you're on it and it's like it's such a vibe. I love it.
Eric Buell, that's what he wanted to do. He had a strong racing background, and he wanted to carve a new path into racing for Harley Davidson. And he was playing around with a lot of different stuff. And this is a guy who was profoundly influenced by the likes of like John Britton, and even in today's most modern iteration, the Buell Super Cruiser that they just dropped. It's him doing everything he can to combine cruiser and sport bike elements into one super bike.
Yeah.
Drew
The new
says
Hammerheads are so awesome.
Those
too.
look cool as
Oh
frick.
my god.
And I love
So
that
amazing.
most of the time I don't like sport touring bags. Just they always look funky somehow. But that one, like, they're fun. I don't know what they did, but they made them fun somehow to where I'm kind of like, I really want to see one in person. I want to talk at it and Google at it. It's kind of like what it would be like to see like an Aprilia 210 before the touring model with its little hard cases, like the out the box. Just adorable bike. But that Hammerhead, my God, and that paint scheme, or the not livery, that's a race term. Just the paint scheme they did is incredible.
Which one? The yellow and
The yellow black.
Yellow
The
black.
yellow black. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I saw that and was like, whew.
I'm surprised always when I
Behave.
run into bikers who know what Buells are and who know about Buells, because a lot of people are just like, "Hey, what kind of bike is this? I never heard of it," Because even in the bike society, like in the bike community, Buells are still like a rarity. You don't really hear about them.
I went on a little vacation down to South America, and I was in Medellin, and I rented a motorcycle, rode around there a little bit. The number of bikes I didn't know what they were astounded me. I thought I had a pretty good idea of what bikes existed on the planet Earth. There was probably 20, 30 different companies I saw regularly running around. I'd never heard of these companies. What is that? A what?
So
You know?
fun.
And I the only couple of bikes I ever saw that I recognized was Ducati, and I didn't see one on the road. I saw a dealership. People in Medellin can't afford Ducatis. I went to a Harley dealership there. They had a Harley dealership. I didn't ever see a Harley on the road. I did see a Royal Enfield 650. That might have been the biggest displacement bike I've seen in that entire place I was in.
Wow. You know, it's funny. Harley, like I went to a Harley convention in Turkey, right?
Oh, wow.
I did cross country. I rode cross country in Turkey to get from one side of the country to the other side to go to this Harley convention, and there was not one single Harley. So it turns out what I learned was in Turkey they call all cruisers Harleys.
Oh, wow.
So this is a cruiser convention, and there was not a single Harley. And I'm like, what? Why do they call it that?
Yeah, any cruiser.
I think I rode like 11 hours straight.
Hell yeah.
If you want to see some weird bikes, go to the Barber Museum.
Where's that?
It's in Birmingham, Alabama. Me and Gma just went about a month ago almost now. And
Yeah.
there were bikes there that I just you like made by like sewing machine companies, boat motor companies, everything, and they had just the weirdest fun. So Drew was saying they had one of the Modus MTRs in their shop. This thing has a 4-cylinder car engine in it, and it was mass produced out of Birmingham. The factory was in Birmingham. It looks like a little car engine. It looks like a little Pinto engine in a motorcycle, but it looks so cool. The thing looks fierce. So absolutely
That's
cool.
awesome.
Just a biker.
There's
girl.
another really cool.
Other biker girl.
There's another really cool motorcycle museum in the Maggie Valley called Wheels Through Time.
Yep, I watch his videos.
I thought they closed
Yep.
the Wheels Through Time.
Oh no,
They
no.
closed the one here in Iowa, the motorcycle museum that was
Yeah.
by Anamosa, Iowa. They closed that.
Yeah. No, the Wheels Through Time, it's pretty cool though because it smells like gas and old tires and shit.
As it should.
And you walk through, and
Awesome.
he will fire up any bike you point to.
He has
Great.
such a collection. His father had begun.
Yep.
And it was a goal to have one from every year. And
Yeah.
the lengths that him and his father have went to restore these old bikes, give them new life again, just
It's amazing.
incredible. And the
Yeah.
level of technical knowledge that he has, because if you watch
Yep.
any of his videos, he'll be like, "Oh, we just got this 29 out of a shed somewhere, and
Yep.
the car's cracked, but I think I have a shelf out back somewhere with 2 of them on it." And he'll take you with him, and he's got 2 of them sitting right there, and he's like, "Yep, this car worked on a 28, a 29, and a 32." That knowledge, that's a person's lifetime. That's
Yeah.
the amount of effort that went into gathering
Yeah.
all that, knowing it, knowing what works and what doesn't. From a
Yeah.
parts guy standpoint, which is what I am, just a lowly parts guy, I'm like in awe.
Yeah. No, I love that place.
There was somebody.
Barber was nice, don't get me wrong, but Wheels Through Time.
There was somebody's video I was watching. It may have been the bearded biker guy, and he had like a 36 Harley, and he brought it to this shop where they had specialty tools for setting timing on old Harleys. Oh, it was on Blockhead's channel when he went to Britain. And
Wow.
some of the tools in this shop were specifically built just for an engine, one engine. And it's like, where do you get this stuff, and who keeps it, and when do you decide? A bike that's made in 1936. When do you decide that, okay, maybe I should get rid of these tools now? Nope. Here it is almost 80 years later, and now you have to use it to fix a motorcycle. It's just really weird.
Well, a lot of people don't know that Harley used to not be afraid of having single cylinders, and that some of their motors are only a single. Not all of them are V twins. When they were doing their stuff with Aramachi,
Which bikes?
Huh?
Which bikes?
A lot of the ones that came out of the Aramachi line. Hopefully, I'm not slaughtering that too
Yep,
much.
Aranaki.
Like back in the 1970s, there was a racer who actually brought, I think, 5 MotoGP championships to Harley Davidson. His name was Walter Villa, and incredible Italian guy. And he raced the single-cylinder Harley, but it was like an Aramachi clone that they had put a bunch of different hard pieces on and it made it into a hell of a little race bike. And he ripped that thing. He won. He's the only person who's ever brought Harley Davidson a MotoGP championship.
There was one at Barber that had an opposed V twin in it. It was a 1941 or 42. Harley played the edges between like 1930 and like 1950. They put all kinds of weird stuff together. Go ahead, Doug. Doug's got a question. I can see it.
She's got her Christmas tree already up.
Who does?
Yes, not just mine. I got 3 up. My chimney's all decorated. My my TV stand is all decorated. I got mistletoe hanging in 2 different
know you
places,
Yep.
and I got
already know
3
now.
Christmas trees up.
I already know. I can tell you right where you live.
We haven't even killed the turkey yet.
Biker girl, where do you live at?
In Santa Fe Springs. It's
Oh,
LA
okay.
County.
Okay.
I'm in
I
Northern
was out by
County.
one county.
Oh, I'm in Mendocino up in Northern California.
Oh, nice.
Uh,
Yeah,
just-
I always like to get an early start on Christmas. So I start on the decorations and then I start on the presents and get everything ready, and everything has to be perfect. And this year I want to get the boys new stockings, and by the boys I mean like all the animals. Cute little stockings. Yeah, because they chewed
I
up
love
the
it.
from last year. So
Just a biker girl, turn your head. Oh, okay. I thought you cut off all your hair. Okay.
No!
I thought you cut your hair off.
God.
She just got home from work.
See, this is
Calm
gonna
the
get
fuck
confusing. We have
down.
biker girl and just a biker
Like-
girl.
Taking all my stuff off slowly, yeah.
Okay.
oh, I thought you had short hair too.
I thought she cut it. Yeah, she's in librarian mode.
Never cut the hair, never. Because you know what? At one point
Yeah.
it just stops growing back.
Mine takes
What do you
forever
mean?
to grow too.
Rainy's takes forever to grow too.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
My eyebrows never stop growing. Shit.
I know, well, right. It used to be it grows so fast and so thick, and then, I think we just, I don't know, predetermined age or something. It just stopped.
I don't know what you mean.
I'm 70. Mine hasn't
You see your
stopped
t-shirt.
growing yet. Huh? You want to see my
You're
t-shirt?
amazing. I want to see the Bleak Ride.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Look at you guys!
Oh,
I love it.
Yeah, did you see the back?
Can you see it?
I never heard of you. I like the lousy productions on the front. That's awesome, man.
That is
Did
pretty
you
awesome.
note the spelling? Did you see the spelling?
Lousy production.
Protocucus. Protocucius.
I love it.
It came with an autographed picture
pronounced
too.
Producuctions.
Protocuction.
Production.
Yeah, I have an autographed picture
Protocuctions,
too,
yeah.
and I have to find a frame and hang it in the studio. It's gonna be freaking
Sounds
awesome.
like something I have to look up on the dark web.
It also came with a set of instructions, which I reviewed in my short that I'll put up later tonight.
It's those instructions.
Yeah,
Instructions.
yeah.
Dude, I love it. It's freaking awesome. I wore it out tonight. People laughed at it. I went to a restaurant. People were laughing at the back of the shirt.
People laugh at me all the time anyway. It'll be fun.
Yeah, it's fine.
I appreciate you guys. The reason I included that instruction sheet is because, I had 10 shirts made, and I got a great price on them, and they seem like a great print.
They are.
Obviously, there was a misprint, and that was on me, not the lady who I hired. Behold and be aware of the wiles that is AI. So I
Yeah.
created that image on my computer, and I did it in a really back-assward way because
Uh-huh.
I used my video editing software to create most of that image.
Yeah.
But then I wanted it cleaned up. So I
Right.
ran it through chat to clean it up. And when
Uh-huh.
I did that, it added the texture I wanted. It added kind of a weathering as well around some of the letters.
And I love that.
but then it added a bunch of letters that did not exist before. I did not catch that until I had one of the shirts on and was doing my little, oh, look at me.
Oh
the
man,
mirror.
look at that
And I said,
tattoo's gone wrong, right?
oh yeah, the no regrets kind of thing. And I was
Yeah.
like, and these have already, some of them have already went out. Okay, well, so I sent that person my original image. It's not quite as fancy, but it's still all the same elements. It's just not as textured or a little more plain. So the next run of the shirts will all be perfect. But in some regards, that makes those incredibly
This
limited.
is a collectible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so I don't know, I'm not a Rainy Rider or a shade tree surgeon or I don't have a media empire yet. So I don't always know
Yeah.
where I'm going in the world, and I don't know what to charge for these shirts. I know what I pay for them, and I need to at least recomp that. But I
Yeah.
wanted people to beat the hell out of them so that if that
Yeah.
design starts to fall apart, I'm going to lower my price. And if the
Right.
letters fade out after a wash, I'm going to lower the price to where it's what it should be. Not,
Well, I've already washed and dried mine a couple times because I always do that.
oh,
Yeah. But
Any
it still
shrinkage?
looks really good. No shrinkage. My only suggestion would be where there's the background black here,
uh-huh.
if there's any way you can make that not have the plastic stuff on it and just be the background t-shirt color, that would be helpful.
Okay.
Because once you start sweating in this, it's not going to be comfortable, is my only concern.
Ah.
I don't have
And
to worry
the
about
more-
sweaty boobies, so it's fine.
The
I like
more
the way it is.
stop. I'm giving constructive feedback here. Calm the fuck down. So, but anyway, the more of the background black that you can have come through will be more breathability for the t-shirt. And that's been my reason. I quit buying Shade Trees t-shirts because they're all solid plastic on the front and it makes them not breathable. And I don't know about guys, but women complain constantly about this. And
Women
you ladies in
constantly
here, feel
complain
free
anyway,
to chime
so, I
in.
mean,
Shut
No,
the fuck up.
I mean, I would chime in, but I didn't really think about t-shirts, so
Well, no, but like if you have any t-shirts, there's this comfort thing. This is a
Yeah.
very comfortable t-shirt. The material is soft, the neck is non-binding, but when I get a t-shirt and it's got the plastic on the front, that's the first thing I do is check to see how solid is the front of it, because I like comfort.
Yeah.
No, that's
I'll-
exactly what I wanted. That's
That's what I look for in a shirt on a woman.
comfort.
well, I stopped buying
Little
shade
shirts.
trees.
How
On a
solid
woman?
it is there on the front.
I stopped buying shade trees shirts because they all had naked women on them, and I just can't do that. So I was like,
Yeah.
Shirts are sweaty.
I bought one of his recent ones, and it's the law-abiding member of society T-shirt. A law-abiding member of society, yeah, just because I liked it.
That's appropriate.
But yeah, I know. I do my best.
Are you, or do you just identify as one? Because
She's
there's a
fake.
difference.
we
Well-
went riding in Alabama, and there's a cop every mile, and we stopped for gas, and I finally had to say, look, you can't be going 100 miles an hour. 80 is my max. You got to slow down. She's like, whatever. I'll see you in Mississippi.
What did you do to him there? See, when she was here, we were going 65.
Yeah,
I
he sounds a little butthurt, doesn't he?
Well, they won't give you a ticket. They'll be like, well, let's go after the guy.
She let me leave.
Usually.
Hang on.
You don't have to stop.
Gmont.
You don't have to stop. What?
Hang on. How many times did you get pulled over? Was it 2 years ago on the way to Florida? Pulled over and not given a ticket because the cop goes, all right, slow down, nice old lady.
You know,
I
when
remember it being like 10
You
times.
can say it. Say it. Say it.
Once in every state, at
Yeah.
least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, you think if they would have stopped me, you would think they would have told me, okay, just slow down, it's fine. No, they would not have.
Well, I have a really big motorcycle, and I think there's something wrong with the speedometer. I have a safety bubble I have to be concerned with. I don't exactly have my cruise control dialed in yet. You said I was going how fast? Oh, wow. I'll be darned. Do you have any suggestions for how to get my speedometer dialed in better?
And they fall
Yeah.
for that shit.
They
They
do.
don't, they
When I
don't
got
fall for that
back
shit. No,
into-
they know better. They know better, but they're
Why?
like, I'm going to look like a total dick if I give this lady a ticket.
Yeah.
I
just don't
think
lie.
I get
They like to talk.
comic relief. Yeah.
But if I get pulled
comic
over, they're
relief
like, screw this
points.
guy.
Yeah.
All they're thinking
Give me
of is
two.
when they go into court and they look and say, "Well, she was going this fast," and she walks in and goes, "What? Do you want one of my books? I made these."
Oh my god.
Do you know the song "Crimes of Passion," where they both get pulled over, and he says he's over looking at the cop, and when he looks over at his girlfriend, she's like pointing to him like, and he gets arrested instead of her. That's what it would be like. The cop would go, "Oh man, it must be his fault. He was making you go that fast, even though you were in front."
Hey, how
Okay.
you doing? Well, what are you saying there, Sonny? I can't hear you.
Oh my god.
This bike don't go that fast.
Yeah.
You know what? You guys can use your age. You know, like
That's right.
Oh, honey, I use
All
my
the-
age all the time. I'm almost 70 years old.
Well,
My friends,
I can't even believe that.
I must take
I
my leave
can't
of you.
either.
I have a guest here.
Bleak, thanks for coming in.
What?
Thank you for the shirt. It's
Oh,
freaking awesome.
Bye, Bleak. Thank you. I love my shirt.
Yep.
They're
You're
cute.
welcome. Can't wait to catch up with you all next week.
See you next week.
Bye.
oh, how do
And
you
Drew-
mean?
Drew, I would not exactly throw him under the bus,
Yes, you would.
but
They would
he
bury
might
me
get
under the
run
jail.
over on the way through.
They would bury me under the jail.
It's like,
No, they
it's like
wouldn't.
lions and gazelles. They only catch the slowest.
That's right.
You know what? Actually, my
Piggyback
husband
the
and
goal.
I
I don't know.
got from San Francisco, and that was the fastest I've ever gone for so long. We were going like 145 to 155 for 2 hours
In
straight.
Mexico. In Mexico.
In less than 2 hours, we were halfway to LA from San Francisco.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And
Yeah.
so he's going fast. He's like, "Oh, she won't be able to keep up with me." And I just went like right over him, left him in the dust. And then he was like, "Okay, so you know what? Let's do this." So we went for a long time. And at one point, I don't see him behind me anymore. I'm like, oh.
Good
So I
girl.
pulled over and I'm like waiting. I'm waiting. All of a sudden, there's like no cars coming. Well, it turns out there was a cop. A lot of people got like either slowed down and people got tickets. And I was the first one out of there, so I didn't know what the hell was going on. 10 minutes later, I'm like checking my husband's location and he's moving, So I'm like, okay, he's not like
So he's not dead.
crash. Yeah, he's not dead, so he's moving. But it was so funny as we were approaching closer to LA, all of a sudden traffic just slows down. And I was like, what? We went from like 150 to 40, and then I'm looking down, we're going 95.
Yeah.
But because we were
Yeah.
going so fast for so long, all of a sudden 90 miles an hour, which is pretty fast, felt like slow motion.
Nothing. Yeah.
It lulls you in. It just lulls you in there, right?
Yeah, it's insane. I was like, what? Are we really going 90?
Yeah.
Oh, I do that going into
Yeah.
Louisiana.
I never copped to how fast I'm going in this thing.
Well, where me and Gma were in Clarksdale. Once you leave Clarksdale, the next big city is like when you cross Yazoo City in Louisiana, or right before you get in Louisiana. But from there all the way down to Yazoo City is probably about 3 hours of cornfields and soybean fields. And and I looked down. I was on the BMW, and because the drone just kind of sets in, you just go a little faster, a little faster, a little faster. And at one point, I looked down, and I was doing about 100. I was like, well, let's just see how fast it goes. And I kicked it up to about 125 and sat there for a while, and there's nobody coming and nobody coming. And I was like, okay, I played this game long enough. I'm going to slow down now. But there was nobody for like 3 hours. I didn't see another soul on the road.
That's so cool. That's the best, isn't it?
That's what I love about
Own
Texas.
the road. Like,
Yeah.
this is my road.
Yeah. There's this one stretch on 40 where there's like nobody through a couple of states. And as long as you can sustain it with your gas tank, you can go as fast as you want.
New Mexico was
And
that
then you
way.
get into California and you pay $6 something a gallon for gas. So there goes that happy bubble. Yeah.
Me and Diana went to see a friend in Phoenix, and when we left, we got into New Mexico. We were in the RSX, and I've been driving for about 10 hours, so I was like, hey, maybe you can drive for a while. The speed limit was 85. People were going about 110. And she got really nervous and pulled back over because she couldn't drive with people around her like that. But it was like, yeah, we were doing probably 120, and people were still passing us, just running around us on both sides. It was insane.
Yeah.
I'm
If you're in
I'm gonna
you're-
translate. He's saying, pick me up, Mom.
yes,
Pick me up.
I know.
got
I don't
another
know what the
good boy
deal
over
is.
here.
I'm going to have to go check on him.
Yes,
Why did you tie me to this pole in here? I'm being tortured. Food. I haven't eaten in a week.
Come here. Come
Timmy's
here.
sucking well, and I can't get out of this house.
You want to come say hi to everybody, Bubba? Huh? You want to say hi? Say hi.
Oh, such a cutie.
Yeah.
Bubba.
There we go. What are you barking about, huh?
His
What's the
back
matter?
hurts. His hips hurt.
I got a tiny
People won't
one
get off
too,
his
and he's
grass.
wearing a Christmas sweater.
Aw.
Look at that cutie.
If I'm in Christmas mode, everyone in the house is gonna be in Christmas mode.
You guys, I got to get going.
Nice to meet you.
What?
Bye, Gmo.
It was nice to meet you too, and I will talk to you more tomorrow, Biker Girl. Okay?
Yep.
Bye.
Biker Girl will be on tomorrow if you guys
Always good.
don't miss it. She'll be on
Yep.
tomorrow night with
Bye.
answering
Talk
all of my
tomorrow.
questions. Bye, Gmo.
What are we doing tomorrow?
Love you.
Bye bye. We're doing an interview tomorrow.
Oh, cool.
The other Biker Girl. So if you're late to the party like you are, because you're late every time, stop for vodka. This is also Biker Girl. Biker Girl, you're just a Biker Girl. She's Biker
I'm not
Girl.
exclusively known
So.
as Biker Girl. A lot of my friends just call me BB Cakes or Sheila or, whatever. And also because my name is Sheila, I've been called like Michelle, Shelly, Shayla. My name is spelled Sila, so I've been called that. So I really don't care what you call me. I have accepted that my name is like...
I would say California Girl, but you're both California girls. So that doesn't make it any
Hey,
easier.
biker girl.
Hey, California Girl. AKA Biker Girl.
Right? Absolutely. We'll have to get together for a shindig sometime. I was so trying to come down last weekend for the Love Ride, and I could not get the days off of work to make it happen.
But you're in Northern California, right?
I am.
And you come down here regularly?
Not regularly, but I will.
Oh, okay. Yeah, let me know if you're in town. We can go ride.
Heck yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, she'll ride down there, but she won't go to Memphis.
I have
What
a
the hell?
whole group of riders who are like family to me. And, I can invite you to one of our rides. They're really
Oh,
fun.
cool.
people.
You betcha. That'd be cool.
And I always love meeting new biker girls. So we're like unicorns. We need more.
That's so true. As many as you meet, there needs to be more.
Yeah, and I always turn into such a creep when I see biker girls because I'm just like drooling, like, oh my god, it's a biker girl.
Like, oh my god, it's a girl alone on a bike. What is she doing? Does she need help? Like,
Same.
going to
Oh my
school
God.
stock- Right? Absolutely. Whereas,
That's so
Wait for
similar.
people.
We do the same thing.
Yeah. So when we ran, I wish Gma was still on because this was so funny. When we were at Barber, so there's a Buc-ee's right across the street, and so we go to Buc-ee's, which has like 9,000 gas pumps, and so since Gma's a little short, she just instead of reaching out and kicking her kickstand up, she just like leaves it out and then she like leans and pops it. Did she do that to you, Doug? Some dude behind her is like screaming.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I missed everything.
But some dude is behind her screaming about like trying to wave her down. She looks at me and she's like, "What the fuck does he want?" And I'm like, "Your kickstand's up." She goes, "So fucking what?" And the guy turns around. It was like everybody's trying to look out for these women, and it's like I don't care. They're gonna wreck fuck them.
That's something that I've kind of seen a little bit too many times. I'm sorry, my voice changed a little bit too many times. And this is really stereotypical, and it's one of the things that kind of pisses me off is you get a girl that's on a bike, and everybody seems to want to give them all the advice in the world, and they don't know.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, yeah, she's been riding for like 10, 20 years, and you're talking to her about this. Who the fuck are you?
I'll look at them and go, okay,
You know
they must know what they're
That
doing.
bothered me so much when I first started riding. Guys just coming up to me like, "Oh, can you handle that bike?" And and it was bothering me so much. And I'm like, "Yes, I ride that bike." And now I'm like, you know what? I got nothing to prove. So now when a guy comes up to me and try to like mansplain bikes to me, I'm just like, "Oh, wow. You're so smart. Thank you for your advice." And then when he goes off, I'm just like, "Oh, what an idiot." Half the time they don't know what they're talking anyway. They're just talking to talk.
They feel like they need to say something.
Where it goes,
Yeah,
you
and it's
know?
like, why? No, I'll watch somebody and go, okay, well, they must know what they're doing. Even if it looks kind of questionable, I'll look and go, am I missing something? Is that something I should be doing? Can I learn from this? And if they do something stupid, okay, that's cool. But guys do the same thing, and I think that's what across the board people forget that. People start looking at girls and start expecting a mistake, and they go, oh, there it is, she made a mistake. But dude, I promise you, I make more mistakes than anybody.
I'm just there for the good time.
Yep, I'm here for the good time. Yeah, but it was funny to watch when we pulled into gas stations to how many eyes just flipped as soon as G-Ma, pulled up. It was just too funny.
I bet she looks badass on a bike.
Dude, I'm telling you. So we were in Tampa, and she went with me to pick my wife up at the airport, and Tony wanted to go with us. Tony's not here, is he? Okay. And we leave the airport, and so Diana's like, where are we going to go? And I said, well, let's go to Coppertail, which is a brewery, but it also has a little pub inside and food and stuff. So we take off. We get about 10 minutes down the road. G-Ma looks back at me and goes like this, kind of like pointing back. And I'm like, what? And that's when I realized, shit, Tony was back there somewhere. We just left him. So we was like, well, he knows where we're going. So we went ahead and get to Coppertail. We wait outside for a while. About 10 minutes later, he pulls up and goes, man, you guys ride fast. And G-Ma's like, no, we just ride. So, and that's when I realized G-Ma's fun to ride with.
You know what? We, in our group, we have fast riders and we have slow riders. So over time, we've kind of developed this thing where everyone knows where we're going. And we have two teams, Team Turtle and Team Rabbit. So I'm usually on Team Rabbit. And, we have a couple of guys we have one guy, oh my God, he likes to go 40 miles an hour on a freeway. And I'm just like, sorry, no, I can't do that. I mean, that's not safe either. Going too slow, especially on a bike. People are expecting bikers to speed, and you're going like way slow. Or slowing during the turns or something. It's like, it's not okay.
Yeah. I know I was picking on G-Ma a while ago, but I'm real bad about going about 5 miles faster than anybody else around me, just to make sure if they're going stupid fast, I let them go. If the traffic starts getting stagnant, I'll try to get ahead of everybody because I don't want to get in their stale spot, and then have them just try to do a lane change. But I've passed cops before going 100 miles an hour, and by the time I see them, all I can do is go. And they wave back because they look up and it's like,
back, absolutely.
Well, they look at the BMW and go, he can't be really going that fast. But
you know what? One time I was coming from somewhere in Orange County. I was coming home and it was nighttime and it was already dark and everything. And I was lane splitting, I want to say 90 miles an hour. And there's a cop behind me. I'm like, oh shit, is he gonna pull me over? His lights are on. No, he didn't pull me over. I slowed down, went to the left lane. He passed by, and then I went after him. This guy was lane splitting at like 90 miles an hour too. Yeah. So I was just like, okay, I have police escort, right? That's what this is, right? And then before I left for my exit, which was like maybe 20 minutes later, I just was like, bye. And he waved back. Yeah, biker cops are fun. Regular
they sure
cops,
can be.
I'm not a big fan of, but like biker cops are fun.
when we were doing when I was going to Tampa probably 2 years ago or 3 years ago, there's a river it's a lake, I guess, between Alabama and Georgia, and it's like because usually when I go down to Tampa, I leave it after work and I'm driving through that part at like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. So I'm driving across that lake on this little bridge, elevated bridge, and I'm probably doing about 100. And I look up and I see these blue lights flash. I'm like, ah, shit, he's got me. And as soon as I slowed down, he turned his lights off. Okay.
That's nice.
It's
Just
like
a warning.
nobody wants to give out a
Yeah.
ticket at 3 o'clock in the morning. That's just too late for everybody. They're too
Yeah.
early. But
Yeah.
it's. I know a lot of bikers think that they're a target to cops. But cops for the most part ignore motorcycles. They just kind of let us do our own thing, as long as we're being reasonable. Now, if you get out there, and again, when they're chasing these bikes, they're usually going 130, 140 miles an hour through rush hour traffic. That's what they're doing. If you're out there just doing your thing and you're going a little fast, they ignore you because they look at you. They're pretty sure you know what you're doing, and you're too tough to chase. So unless you've done something
Yeah.
wrong, they just let you go. Except for Alabama. And yeah, that's my neck of the woods. That's why I knew they would stop us if we were going fast. All right, so just a biker girl. We were talking about winter, and you're in the northern. So Sheila, you're not really going to change much of the way you drive right now because.
Well,
you're Southern
today I
California.
did because it was raining, and LA people get stupid in the rain. They forget how to drive.
Well, and it doesn't rain enough. So I will say in SoCal, when it does rain, like the roads haven't been washed off in how long, so they do get really slippery.
Yeah.
There's no drainage. It is different in SoCal.
Yeah. It's nice here, though. I love the riding year round. I mean, I don't care if it's cold. I don't care if it's raining. I just want to ride. And I mean, I have a Jeep, but at the
right back?
beginning
Have
of the
ammunition?
year, the Jeep ran out of
Don't have
battery
fun with that
because we didn't use it. And yeah, we just, like my husband too, he just rides bikes. So,
Mhm.
and I have rain gear, I have heated vests. All bikes, when we get them, we make sure there's always heated grips. That's the first
Nice.
thing we always add to any bike that comes into this house. And just to be prepared for any weather, because the first time that my husband and I did a trip to San Francisco to see my mom, because my mom lives up there, I actually had hypothermia because I was on a Harley. I did not have a heated vest. It was November. And we did so much riding. In that weekend, we did like 1,200 miles of riding. And by the time, I arrived at my mom's house the second day, I was shaking so much. They had to put 2 heated blankets on me.
Oh
Full
no.
of hypothermia. I couldn't even put the kickstand down for the bike. My husband had to help me.
I've
It
been
was
there. I've been
insane.
there. Yes.
Oh, and on the way, we did a pit stop at this truck stop. There was no bathroom or anything, but I don't know if you ever went to the restroom outside and it was freezing cold. That cold
Perfect timing.
slaps you in the ass as soon as the pants come down.
Perfect timing.
It does too. It's so bad.
Holy shit.
Oh my god.
And I'm not usually a dirty bitch, I don't usually pee in the truck stops or in the woods or something like that. But that
Speaking of
day, it
bathroom.
was insane. I had to be a dirty bitch that day.
Wait, start over. I missed it. Start
I don't
over.
care. Yeah.
All the fun
don't
happens
worry,
when
we
I'm
did
not
We did not miss a thing. We did not miss one thing.
I don't love you anymore. I was paid and closed the
You
door.
dirty dog.
Ain't no room here anymore.
Oh, that was the best
Oh,
timing.
that's funny.
Fine, don't share. I don't care. Keep your dirty secrets. Fine.
Don't
We're
worry.
just talking about being prepared for any
Talking
kind of weather on a bike, basically.
Cold
Yes.
and squirt in the dirt.
And how I learned from experience that, it's funny because I was talking to Rebecca and like I was talking to her about like rainy riding and, like making recommendations for like rain gear and stuff. And it was funny because it's like I learned this lesson the hard way. That's what I said to her. And she's like, you know what I noticed? You learn a lot of lessons the hard way.
It's the best way.
In the Navy, we call that a self-correcting error. It's something that you do, and hopefully you learn from
Well,
it the
once
first
you
time.
feel the consequences of it, it's like, okay, I'm always gonna have my zipper up now, you know? It's or every time it's like someone can tell me 100 times, don't do this, don't do that, this way is better. But until I like experience the consequences of that, I am not gonna learn.
So here's a funny story. So everybody here, pretty much, everybody here has handled a handgun.
Yeah.
So we went to Fanfire, and they handed out the 9mm, and they showed them how to lock back the slide. And the instructor goes, "Okay, see that little silver thing inside the slide? Push that." And I was like, "What? That's the slide release from the that's what the tang that holds the inside out." And my partner went to reach in. I said, "Don't fucking do that." Well, everybody else all of a sudden heard all these snaps. He's like, "Oh shit!" And the instructor goes, "I bet you never do that again." But anyway, I doth protest. All right. Yeah, I always keep a rain jacket on the bike and rain pants. And if I ever take them off, I don't care if there's not a cloud in the sky. Rain's not supposed to happen for a month. It rains that day.
Roll it up, put it right on back in the saddlebag.
See, you guys have saddlebags. I don't have saddlebags because I ride like a naked bike.
Get a net.
You
Get,
will.
get one of
there's
those
no
9-inch
net.
nets.
I hate the way it looks. I hate the bulkiness. And my husband will tell you, like he told me so many times, why do you care so much about the way you look? It's not about the way I look. It's just more about, I feel cool on the bike when it's all slick and nice, you know? It's,
Yeah.
Well, you can also
remember-
get.
I loved that raw look too, and it was a Sportster, but it was.
I had a
that
Sportster
FX
before,
front
too.
end. It was awesome. It's me and the bike. I don't need a radio. I just me and the bike, and then
Yeah, I used to have a 883, and then I started riding the S1000, and I was like, I'm never gonna stop riding this bike, right? And then eventually, it's like it started collecting like spider webs, and I was just like, oh no, like my heart was breaking, and I'm like, okay, it's time to sell it, But I had so much fun on that Harley. I pretty much learned to ride on a Harley, you know. I did my first like long distance on a Harley. So yeah, I love that. I love that bike so much.
absolutely. But at the end of the day, I'm a girl, and I like to carry all of my shit around with me, all of it.
Oh, I have a husband for that.
Mine stays home. He cooks and cleans. He's a good dog dad.
Yeah, anytime I go anywhere with my husband, it's like, hey, can you put this in your backpack? And can you put this in your backpack? And can you put this? And it's like maybe 3/4 of the stuff that's in his backpack is just my stuff.
Oh man.
Can you imagine that, Missy?
Oh my.
3/4 of the stuff on the bike is hers.
It's mine, all mine. It's all mine. I can't even put it on anyone else. So.
This is one of his backpacks.
Oh, it's cute.
Nice.
So,
Oh.
backpacks.
The little bear ones. So the ones I saw, y'all have matching ones. So they were like little cartoon backpacks.
Me?
One
Yes.
of the guys my husband
Oh, the
works
Superman.
with has
We
one
have
with
matching
the LED
Superman.
on it. And he got pulled over because it had an LED flashing on it. And the cop goes, that's distracting.
You can't have flashing red or flashing blue.
I don't know that it was either one. It was just sort of a little picture that flashed across the backpack of like little hearts and a rabbit jumping.
Was it red or blue?
I'll have to ask.
If it's red
You
or
didn't get a
blue, you
ticket. It
can't
was
have
just-
flashing red or flashing blue. Because so they went through that when remember when everybody had the oscillating brake lights. That was big in like the early thousands, late 90s, and people were getting pulled over for having a flashing red light because you can't have a flashing red or blue light.
Oh.
Other than that, I don't know. They do have now. Texas has what's called the trooper's conscience law. A trooper can pull you over if it looks unsafe, and what they usually point to on that is like pickup trucks. It's not illegal to ride in the back of a pickup. However, if it looks unsafe, they can pull you over and give you a ticket for it. So
Yeah, but something being distracting, I wouldn't really say it's like unsafe.
it's I don't know. California's weird anyway. I mean, shit. I mean, look at it. It's so weird. So weird.
How did he say it though? Was he like, that's distracting, or was he like, that's so distracting?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got all
I
the
think it
queers
was
and
number
liberals
two.
here.
It's so distracting. I gotta stop you today.
And this is like way up north in the middle of no man's land. There's nobody but us in Redwoods, you know? So the fact that he happened upon a cop is 1 in a million, but yeah.
Yeah. So eventually we
Figured.
get the street glide.
You have a
We
street
all
glide.
know
Hang on.
you're going that way, Sheila. Okay.
You have a street glide though, don't you? It's almost just like mine. I thought you did have one.
Eventually.
But just a biker girl.
Me?
Yeah.
Currently I'm on a street glide.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
So once we get to a certain age, we just want a comfortable place to sit without a lot of wind blowing us around.
Dude, that seat.
Right.
You know what
And-
though? It's not. Like Harleys, like as much as I love Harleys, I did the same trip to San Francisco with a Harley and I did it with an S1000R. And I gotta say, like, the soreness and everything was very minimal, especially because like the bike is more aerodynamic. On the Harley, I was like a kite, you know, like I was just flopping all over
Yeah,
the place.
it's
just
gotta be what you're used to.
from every direction.
So
What, Harley?
I've heard people say so.
883.
Oh yeah.
No.
Yeah,
No
you
go.
got beat up on the 883.
Yeah.
You were ready for
Yeah.
a fight.
Yeah, that's not. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
my
need
my
a-
sports. So I have a 1200. It beat the shit out of me until I got the fluffy seat. I have a couch seat on that damn thing now, and it's stupid comfortable. But that stock seat.
Sportster is great for gripping and ripping, and yeah, you can do some longer rides on it. But no, if you're going like through the Dust Bowl or to San Francisco, you're looking for something that actually protects you. And so like the street glide,
And I
the
didn't
road
have
glide.
a fender. I didn't have a windshield.
Yeah,
I didn't have
road
anything.
glide.
I had crashed it and the fender kind of got bent. So I took it off. I'm like, oh, I'll replace it. And I'm like, hey, it looks kind of cool like this. And wouldn't you know it, a couple of days later it rained and all that water is just splashing at me.
A lot of people that pull their front fenders off will put like a bandana on the front, and it'll break
Oh,
up
okay.
that front throw just enough where it doesn't throw it forward and then come back on you. So just a thought. Do you still have it?
Yeah, I don't have that bike
Okay.
anymore, but
Well, when you're ready to get rid of that 1000, let me know.
the only way I'll get rid of the 1000, the S1000, is if I get an M1000.
So I gotta find you an M1000.
You find me an M1000.
I-
For the price range, they're about $27,000 to $32,000. Just to let you know.
The British girl that I almost interviewed and then she got stage fright has one, and BMW gave it to her.
What?
How do you get into those deals? Yeah.
How do you get those deals? I would love one. I
Well,
would
so-
support one.
Well, I had a BMW K16. I had the Grand America, and I didn't go to a festival that some other people went to. It's the one that Weems and holy crap, Her Two Wheels went to, and they said the BMW guy was there trying to give away those R18s to everybody. Every one of the YouTubers, he was like, "You want an R18? You want to try an R18? You want to take an R18 home?" And I'm like, how did I miss that one rally that they were giving away BMWs at? This is stupid. And just sometimes you get lucky. And I've gotten lucky before. I've gotten lucky in a lot of stuff. But the one thing I wanted, because I would have loved, because I've been looking for an R18 for like 3 years, and I finally just, I don't know, I was like, I'm just gonna get this Street Glide. So I guess I just outgrew BMWs for a while. I'll go back to them. I always do. I've had 4. So I'll eventually go back to it again. But right now, that Street Glide knocked my socks off so much. I think it's just the K16 I had for 7 years, and I was like, I needed something different for a while, and I wanted it to be the R18, but I couldn't find one around here. The only ones they had were the retro baggers, the ones with little leather bags on them. I wanted the Transcontinental, and couldn't find one around here.
Okay.
So,
Let's see.
Street Glide was a good trade. It's going to keep me happy for quite a while because I love that bike. It's actually more comfortable than the K16. I hate to say that out loud, but it was actually more comfortable.
I
The
heard
only
it.
thing with Harley, I hate dealing with the service. You know, anytime you have to take it in for an actual service, they charge you so many different fees. It ends up being so expensive. Yeah, I mean, BMW does that too, but it's not as bad.
I just do my own services.
Yep.
I have my own reset for the BMW. I reset the counter myself with a program.
Really?
Yep. Here's what's funny. When I had the K16, one of my biggest videos is how to reset the service timer, because people were coming out saying, "No, you need the 911 to reset that service timer, and this is $450 thing, and you got to buy BMW's package." I bought a thing off of Amazon for $45. Bought the program from BMW for $8 and put it on the Motoscan. And
Oh
I
my
can-
God, can you send me a link?
Yes, I can. But that's one of my biggest videos because people are like, you faked it. So I made another video. Here's how you reset your service timer. So actually, I don't have a BMW right now. Maybe I'll just send it to you. If you do a good interview tomorrow, let's talk about it.
I'll be very grateful.
Okay. But yeah, the Motoscan is free. The Motoscan program is free. Now you have to have a Samsung. It doesn't work on iPhone.
Oh. Yeah, I have an iPhone.
Look up. Before we do anything, look on the iPhone store and see if you can download the Motoscan.
Now?
It's free. No, you don't have to do it right now.
Oh, okay.
We can talk about it tomorrow.
Okay.
I know I have it on my
That's so
phone
cool.
because
I'm so glad I came.
that's what she said. Shut up,
Oh,
Doug.
no.
Shut up, Doug.
You can't take that back.
Motors.
So it looks like this.
Okay.
And it's got all the bikes on there, and I got the BMW one. So you just go to K Series, load down the K Series or whatever your series is. Yeah,
Okay.
and download it. And for your specific bike, you can get the mechanics program for $8. It might be more than that now. I got it in 2019, so maybe more than $8 now. But it's still pretty freaking cheap, and you get it straight from
No,
BMW.
that's
and it does
amazing.
everything you want. We'll talk.
Okay.
You got to give me a good interview, though.
Huh?
You got to give me a good interview, though. That's the only stipulation.
I'll try my best.
That's
I mean, we
Great.
didn't prepare any questions or anything like that. We were just like, hey, let's wing it. It'll be more fun.
Yep, she doesn't know any
Randy,
questions.
can you-
I'm gonna take her by surprise.
Would you believe that somebody's actually going to talk to you about some kind of maintenance or repairs on a BMW? Not at all. Where to find parts? I don't know. How
Yeah,
many times I bugged him?
dude. I had a 1977 R100 that R100 stroke 7 that I took from my neighbor who couldn't get it running, couldn't keep it running. Went over to get it running for him. I got it running and fixed it for him. He goes, "Why don't you just take it?" And I said, "Dude, I can't afford this bike. It's a BMW," because I still had this in my mind. And he's like, "Take it, pay it till you think you've paid it off, and then you can have it." So I paid him for like a year and a half. Ended up paying him like $2,000 for it, and then it was all mine. I went ahead and restored it. And what they had done was, at some point, somebody had wrecked the bike and bent the front forks. They changed out the front forks, and instead of like unsoldering or moving all the electric or unplugging it, they just cut through the wire loom and then twisted it together and put it together with black tape. So I spent about an hour soldering, because it's a 77. There were like 12 wires. So I just soldered all the wires together, shrink wrapped them, and it was good to go. And I rode that bike for probably 5 years. And then somebody pulled out in front of me right after I had totally fixed the bike up and got it restored, pulled out in front of me, and I T-boned him, and I destroyed the bike. Damn it. But yeah, so I've had four BMWs since then. And I've gotten a whole lot of stuff to fix old bikes. New bikes got lots of connections. So Doug was like, where do I get parts for this bike? I know
You're
where.
just lucky I'm so damn handsome.
You know what I ended up doing is
You're not eating your dinner.
I ended up getting it from
Turn.
getting actually an engine, a parts engine from
Oh, I'm sorry.
it was a place in LA actually. I'll have to look it up. But I just went and got a donor engine and started swapping parts out, and that's what worked.
I got a lot of the new parts from Sierra Nevada BMW, and I got a lot of old parts from Recycle BMW.
Dennis Kirk has some stuff too on the right. Dennis Kirk. That's
Yeah. Dennis Kirk.
Yeah.
Bob's BMW has a lot of stuff. I ordered so much shit from Bob's BMW. They sent me a coffee cup free because when I had
That's so nice.
when I had the R1100, when I had the RT, I went up to the tattoo shop one day, and as I'm in there waiting for the tattoo, this guy comes up and goes, "Whose BMW is that out there?" And I said, "It's mine." He goes, "Do you work on them?" And I said, "Yeah." And he goes, "Well, I have an old R65. Think you can fix it?" I said, "Oh, no, I can." So, no shit. So it was the owner, the tattoo shop owner, and so he said, "Tell me what I need. I'll buy it. I'll pay you in tattoos to fix it." Shit, sounds good to me.
That's awesome.
So I ordered probably $3,000 worth of stuff to get that bike. So the thing was, the bike probably wasn't worth that, but the bike was his dad's bike. His dad died, and his dad's last wish was to restore the bike and to drive across America spreading his ashes from the back of that motorcycle. So it was worth it to
Yeah,
him.
that's worth it.
So I spent some money from a lot of, and that's where I got a lot of these connections that I gave to Doug. I spent a lot of money getting that bike restored.
That's so cool, though.
But it was
Such
cool.
a good cause.
That bike ended up being in my garage for 3 years, and I finally got it running. I got it running after about 6 months, and the guy was like, "I don't have room to put it anywhere now. Can you keep it a little longer?" Well, then I got reactivated, and I had to move on base. So I told the guy, and I was like, "Hey, you got to come get this bike, man. we're moving." So he finally came and got the bike, but it was cool.
I'm gonna have to move into a slightly less decorated room because my battery's about to die.
No.
It's fine. All right, Biker Girl, since you're late getting in,
Yo,
why were you late today?
I had to work.
No excuse. How was work today? How was the ride? Did you ride to work or did you drive?
I drove because my husband worked today and I have to drive my husband to work now. So it was busy, it was good, it was a Friday. I'm going to ride tomorrow.
Do you still have the Road Glide?
No, I crashed that, dude.
The Malibu Blue one? No, I thought you got that. The Malibu Blue one.
No,
No.
that was totaled.
I thought you got that fixed.
It wouldn't. Had 90,000 miles on it. They're like, no.
Okay.
It's just getting broken at 90.
What a shame.
Come on.
Yeah, shit.
It was just getting broken. That's what I told everybody. I was trying to blow the motor up, but no. She died. It was the rear end. Gave out on her. And then I got that white 24 CVO ST. Oh my God. Oh my God. What a bike, right? I had it for August, September, October, like 2 months.
Hang on. Do they sell white CVOs? Doesn't every CVO, like, by law, have to have a crazy paint job? It costs way too
Had
much
a
money.
gray eagle with red accents. I was not crazy about the color at all.
There we go.
Yeah.
There we go. There it is.
Yeah, neither was the deer. The deer's like, no, this bike's going. So, yeah, that's how I met you. Road Glide is my favorite model. I am slumming it on the Street Glide. It is such a nice ride. I'm not going to lie. Like, that bat wing, you feel like you're in a little cockpit. It protects you. It's beautiful. But if you're doing longer rides, pure fatigue-wise, the Road Glide is hands down.
Really?
Yeah.
You
Only
need to get
because
some.
it's a frame mounted variant, so it takes all that stress, weight, and pressure off of you as you're handling corners, as you're handling the wind, all of it.
I'm not that old yet.
I love it.
I actually find it easier to turn than the K16.
Yeah,
because it's lower.
No, it turns great. So did my Road Glide, and then I threw a fat tire on the front end of it, and it like laid down so far in the corners, you had to muscle it out of them.
Dude, you know what? Speaking of getting low in corners, I miss my Victory Gunner. That thing, I could lay it so low in corners, I was scraping the floorboards. I was scraping the pegs. God, I
It's
miss
so
that.
funny. I ride my friend's Fat Boy from time to time because he likes to store it here, so I take advantage of it. And it's so different because it's like all the weight is at the bottom, and every time I turn anywhere, it's like, you know, all those floorboards, they just scrape all the time. And I'm like, I don't want to mess up his bike, but at the same time, like, I can't make a turn without scraping the floorboards.
That seems like, see, I've never had a Fat Boy, and you've just talked me out of it. I'm done.
They're fun. It's a fun bike. I wouldn't buy one, but I love that I have it available.
You know what? I wouldn't buy one either.
So is the Silver Ghost, is that a Fat Boy model?
Yes, the 35-year anniversary of the Gray Ghost. Yeah,
Gray Ghost.
Wow. The inside joke, Sheila. Inside joke, and literally inside because I'm inside my house.
Look at
Wow!
like it.
The
You
sunburn
are my hero.
Holy
and it's-
shit, that's beautiful.
it's number 1515.
The Sunburn bike.
That's one of them.
That's beautiful.
So yeah. So go ahead, rip on Fat Boys all you want. I got my dream bike.
Oh
And that's all that matters.
That's such a beautiful bike.
You know, in 1990, I couldn't afford it. I couldn't afford to get one. And that was when they came out. I was just like, damn it, you know, I really want this bike. And over the years, I've been waiting to get this great framed Harley, you know, and finally, just things worked out. I got a phone call from a friend of mine that said, hey, if you were ever going to buy it, I know you're never going to buy a new Harley, but if you were going to ever buy one, what would it be? And I said, you can't get it because they're selling before they even get off the truck. So I would get that Gray Ghost. And he said, give me 10 minutes. He called me back. One was on its way to Washington State to the guy that owns the dealership down here at Scorpion is also the owner of the one up in Washington State where I was going. He said, we got a bike on the way. You want it? And I said, yeah, I do. And then they said something about a $5,000 buyer's premium, and I hung up. Anyway, long story short, I did have to pay $5,000. 20 minutes later, I was down there signing the papers.
Yeah, Doug, we got one here. Hello, Doug. Where'd you go?
Yeah,
He's on the way.
$5,000 buyer's premium. Click.
Doug's heard this story before. I know Sheila. Both biker girls haven't heard this. So when I wrecked my BMW, the R100, for an intermediate bike, I bought a GL650, which is the miniature Goldwing. It was an 84, and I rode it for a while until I got my settlement money and got the money to buy another motorcycle. And so I was going to sell that one. I put it in the paper, and people were trying to lowball me and shit. And I was like, I bought it for $1,500. I gave it a paint job, bought some extra parts for it, fixed it up. I'll sell it for $1,600. And this guy calls me. He's like, do you still have the bike? And I was like, yeah. He goes, I'll be there in the morning. I said, okay. And so I go out, make sure the bike will start, make sure it'll crank and stuff. The guy shows up, no shit, gets out of his truck, walks over to me, hands me the money, and I said, you want to take it for a ride? You want to, the battery's kind of weak, blah, blah, blah. He's like, no, that's fine. Throws his helmet on and drives off with it. And I'm like, his son's there in the truck, and I'm like, so you want to wait till he comes back? He goes, he ain't coming back. And I'm like, you want to sign the title? He's like, yeah, I'll sign the title. And he's like, he had that bike when he met my mom, and when they got married and she got pregnant with me, he sold it. And he's been talking about that bike, and they only shipped in like 1,200 of them into the States. He said he's wanted talked about this bike for 20 years. And he found it in Craigslist, and he said, of all things, it's in Jonesboro, Arkansas. Butthole, Arkansas. It's where he lived. He's like, I was like, so what would he have done if it wouldn't have started? He goes, he'd have thrown it in the back of the truck. He still would have took it. He's getting that bike. It's all he's talked about since yesterday. All right. So he got his dream bike too, again, for the second time. There was a guy, Barrett Jackson Autos. This dude is a collector. He will buy whatever bike is hot that year, put it in storage for 10 years, and then take it out and sell it.
That's so sad.
Well, what he does, he's like, Toyota Celica or the Supra or whatever. He'll take the primo cars that all the teens want, put it up. In 10 years, those teenagers who were 16, 18, now they're 28, they have jobs, they have businesses, they have money. They're looking for the car that they couldn't afford when they were a teenager. And now they can buy it. And so he'll take these.
It's sad to me when a bike sits for 10 years.
Oh, he's got all kinds. The dude had all kinds of stuff. He has. This dude is rich. He's so rich it's stupid. When you can buy a bike, nitrogen seal it in a bag and put it in a barn or a storage for 10 years or 15 years, you've got some money. That dude does not care about style. He's trying to make money off these things. He says it's an investment. He says, I bought this car. It was a Datsun 240 SX. He's like, I bought this car 20 years ago for $6,500. He goes, I'm going to sell it at auction today for $50,000. And he did.
Wow.
With 4 miles on it.
Datsun.
Yeah. Cool times. Cool
We're
times.
so old.
I know, right? Dude, I remember when Dawson had a truck for $57.95, sakes alive.
I remember when they gave the vampire piggy banks out of the Datsun dealership. Man, I'm so old.
You know, I just found one of those bank cards that you get when you're a little kid, and it said saving.
Does it now? Do tell.
For my time.
You froze?
You froze. You froze with your mouth
Anyway.
open and there's
I
a
was
little
like, am I
drool.
the only one who it's frozen for? Because I heard you, Michael, and I was just like,
No.
wait, what?
I was being a dick. Nope.
I'm at,
Your mouth was froze
You know
open,
what?
and there was like drool spittle coming out of one side. We were just like staring. Like, yeah. Okay.
oh, you guys. I love it.
So anyway, so there you were as a kid with a vampire bank, and no, you had a banker card.
Yeah, and it was like saving dollars is easy. Start with the dimes, and it's full of Mercury dimes. Now it's a little before my time, okay, but not a lot. It was kind of cool looking back on this. It's just a history, Americana history, you know. I forget where we were at.
Maybe it's more exciting to you because you're a banker. I don't know. The rest of us are all.
No,
I'm just kidding.
at all.
No, there were Mercury dimes when I was a kid, and I remember when people started saving them in like the late '70s. People were like, "We should start saving these dimes," and I was like, "Whatever."
I have a cookie
Yeah.
box full of like change, and it's just change that I didn't know where to put over the years. So I'm just like, here, this is a designated area because I got tired of picking them out from the dryer and stuff, you know. And it's so heavy now. But like, who do I even bring it to? Like,
So
Do
there's
banks
people
still
who will
even take
actually
that?
come to you. There's people that will come to you, count it in front of you, and then exchange it for a percentage. Like Coinstar takes
It will
10
take
or
forever to
11%.
count that.
No, believe it or not, there's people who have like huge machines that'll count it. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'll look
Um,
into it.
I will give you a call next time I come that way.
Yes.
I know people.
Oh, okay.
So I was in the Navy for 20 years, and Doug could probably feel this. You go there, you trade in $100, you go out on town, and on their money, you can barely spend the money at all. So you go back to the boat, and when you go back to the boat, they won't take the money back. So you're stuck with like $80 worth of foreign money that you can't do anything with. So I have a Ziploc bag full of cash from all over the world. So me and my
I have
daughter
that
decided
too.
one day to start looking through money and seeing how much money I had and doing the exchange rates for it. I have like $14,000 of cash
Oh my
in
god.
a Ziploc bag from all over the world. And some of it, there was a few of them, like there were a couple countries we went to that the money now, I mean, you would trade in like 1,000,000 of their dollars for like $1. So you basically, because we would go back to the ship like Turkey, we go back to the ship like, I'm a millionaire
Oh my
because
god.
there's so much money. But then we went to places like Sweden and Norway and Denmark and stuff. Which one was it? Sweden, on their dollar bills they have like Mother Goose. It's on their money. It's too damn funny. But
I
have
always
money from
feel
all
rich
over the
when I go
world.
to Turkey. Every time. Cigarettes cost like $1.50 per pack.
Oh, so you've been to Turkey?
Oh yeah.
Do you
my
remember
mom
what was it?
from
The
Turkey.
pyramid cigarettes or the apple cigarettes? It was like smoking lettuce. They were so bad.
I have no idea. I haven't smoked anything except for Marlboro Lights, but my mom is actually from Turkey. and-
They were so bad. So bad.
Yeah.
It smelled like burning trash. Somebody walking down the street would be smoking and it smelled like burning trash. The tobacco was so bad. Yeah.
And it's apple flavored?
No. It's well, no. The apple flavor stuff is the tobacco that has opium in it. You don't want that. Don't do that.
It has opium?
Oh yeah. They had this. It was cool to buy, the hashish pipes and buy the bubblers and stuff, and they'll give you free tobacco with them. They give you a thing of tobacco in Kuwait, in Iraq, in Turkey. They give you when you buy the little bong. They give you free tobacco with it. Well, after half of the ship had popped positive when we left port, they popped for opium. They're like, what the hell? So it was like, yeah, it's in this tobacco they were giving away. It had opium in it.
Jesus.
And you could buy it. Your mom didn't tell you about this?
Nope.
The tobacco they give away there for these bongs is like maybe 75% tobacco, but they mix fruit with it. So it has like apple, cherry, strawberry, like plum, mango. Yeah, they mix a lot of fruit in with it. It's like mushy, and when you burn it, it burns off this flavor. Oh yeah.
That's so gross.
Well, it smells pretty good. It smells better than their cigarettes, that's for sure.
Oh no, I have to get shoes. Now I want to smoke, so I'm like, but it's raining outside and the floor is wet, so I gotta find some shoes. But now that
Damn,
we're
the
talking
bad luck.
about it, I'm like, oh, I'm itching. I need a cigarette. I don't know if you guys are smokers, but like that's the thing.
I am no longer a smoker. I smoked when I was in the Navy because it's the only way you can get a break. So yeah, you're on watch or you're down in the engine room or something, and everybody's like, all right, we're going to take a smoke break. Keaton, stay on the watch. You're not a smoker. I'm like, the hell I'm not. And they're like, you don't smoke. I'm like, watch me hold one.
I'll smoke for a break.
Yeah, if it's the only way I can get a break, I will.
That's crazy. That's such favoritism for smokers. I love it.
Yeah.
Well, you had to smoke so that way you had something to light up whenever the lights were all off of everything. Remember going dark? You'd have the you'd flick, go through and flick your lighter to see where you're going.
Yeah, I want to say it
You'd
was
have any
90,
light on outside.
I have never been
93.
anywhere that dark before.
Yeah, 93. The ship went smoke free. The only place you could smoke was the fantail and the midships quarterdeck. And at night, a lot of people quit smoking because the only place you can smoke at night is in the starboard break. And you've got a place that's probably 10 feet wide, maybe 30 feet long, and 50 people are trying to get inside it and smoke, and you can't open it up. A lot of people quit smoking. It is almost disgusting if you get that many people trying to smoke in one spot.
There are air traffic towers.
I love it. I love
control
this.
towers that have designated smoking rooms in them still, and they
Vegas,
are
you
the
can
most
smoke indoors.
foul-smelling places you'll ever go.
Oh, I remember seeing the one. Where was it? I think it was in Dallas. They have these booths. It was like the smoking room, and when you look through them, it's a glass room, and from like the waist up, you can't see people because there's so much smoke in them. And they have ventilators in them, but everybody's trying to squeeze in there and smoke. Well, they don't have them anymore. You can't smoke in the airports anymore.
It's like
But,
Grandpa's house.
So, do you guys remember back in high school when you could smoke and they had a
Yep.
designated smoking area?
Designated smoking area.
And they
Yep.
outlined it in white, and it's like we all crammed into that one I mean,
Wait.
200
Hold
people
up.
cramming into one little spot trying to smoke our
This is how
cigarettes
Yep.
old we
free.
are.
You guys
I remember.
had smoking spots when you
We
were
had
in
a
high
smoking
school?
corner.
Yeah.
Yes. So your parents would sign
That is
a permission
insane.
certificate.
Free for
That is
us.
so cool.
Yep, your parents would sign a permission certificate for you to smoke, to be able to smoke at school. You had to be over
Nope.
14 or over 15. And well, in Texas we did. So yeah, we would go and get in a little corner. Of course, my stepbrother was a bad influence on me. Love you, Alan, but you're a bad influence. So he was a senior, I was a freshman, so I wanted to hang out with him and all his friends. And I'd go to the smoking corner. We'd all smoke in the smoking corner. And I remember the girls. So I was a freshman, and I was hanging out with all the seniors because that was my stepbrother. And I remember the girls, when I'd come back in, they'd come over to me and go, because their parents wouldn't let them smoke. And so you knew the ones that were sneaking smoking because they didn't want to smell you. That was a good time.
You know, I always say, like, you can be like a dirty, dingy, nasty hobo, but if you're walking by me and you're smoking, I'll just be like, ah, that's nice.
Well, now that I've
Especially if I
quit,
haven't smoked in a while.
now that I've quit, I can't stand the smell of it. Now, me and my wife used to go. We lived in Jonesboro. We would go buy the cigars and smoke on the back porch. When I was overseas, I got big into smoking because we would confiscate the cigars. So they had the Cristals, Romeo and Juliets. They were contraband. You can't bring them back to the States. So we would collect them all as contraband. And I was Amnesty. I was an amnesty officer. I was an MP in the military. So we would have to take them for destruction. So we'd take them to the smoking area and hand them out.
Well, that's destruction.
Well, then we would actually fill out the paperwork. Method of destruction, incineration. So, and we'd make sure they all got smoked and nobody left the smoking area with them. But yeah, we were pretty fucking popular. But we're talking $100 cigars, and they're buying them over in Iraq and Kuwait for like $5.
Believe it or not,
They're a
some
lot
of those
cheaper
made it
now,
back in the
though.
States.
I know they did.
I know a few things made it back.
One of the biggest busts we made. So the motor pool guys, when they came into the country, we would look through their stuff, and all their toolboxes would
No.
be sealed, and they're like, "Oh, can't go in the toolboxes, can't go in the Airedale's lockers." I'm like, "Yes, I can. I'm Amnesty. I can look at anything I want." And they're like,
We always put a nice sticker. We
so-
have those nice little square stickers, those little blue ones, and we put it on there, and they'll be like, "No."
"Well, radio boxes." So the radio men got away with shit, and the signalmen got away with shit. I know they did. But anyway, so they were like, "So what if you find something in there?" And I'm like, "Well, if you find something in there, we got to write it up. So what if it just fell out?" And I'm like, "If it falls out, I don't know where it came from. We'll just have to push it into the amnesty box." But so we're like, "Well, I'm gonna walk outside. I'm gonna come back in, and we'll start the inspection." And we'd go open up the toolboxes, and there'd be like empty spaces in the toolboxes. So this thing has been like in a crate for like a month to get over here, and there's neat little pockets that are empty in the toolboxes. Don't know where it went, but
Well, shoot, by the time it got back here, those cigars are terrible anyway. You gotta get them at the right humidity level, put a preserver in it, pack it in a Ziploc bag. Allegedly, that's what you should do.
allegedly.
So yeah, there's a trick to getting it back.
Yeah, I always gave people a chance to not redeem themselves, but make themselves clean. And if I don't see it, it didn't happen.
I don't recall.
So
I like that.
So I've done more than, and then there's some stuff that was just too fucking weird to let pass. There were things I saw, dude. It's like we went into the
What
Ziploc
is the
bag.
weirdest thing that you saw?
The weirdest
No,
thing.
Don't ask. No. No.
The weirdest thing I can talk about is
There you go.
Oh, I want to
Um,
know the weirdest thing that you can't talk about.
no.
There's gonna be an after show on this one.
So we're going through the carry-on bags, and this guy, I get called over because you can't bring back, raw food, wood, anything made of wood, any kind of plant, any kind of animal, pictures of dead people, pornography, whatever. So I get called by one of the inspectors, and they're like, what about food? Can they bring food in their carry-on? I'm like, why would they want to bring food? He goes, he's got a bunch of chewed up chicken wings or something. And I was like, what? And I'm looking at it, and it's in a Ziploc bag, and I go, chicken wings don't have fingernails. And I'm like, we need to call the battle captain. This dude's bringing fingers back. He had a bag full of fingers.
No.
Yeah. But the inspector, though, looking at it, was like, he's got all these chewed up chicken wings. Like, those aren't chicken wings.
That's insane.
Dude, we had guys try to bring back
If
ears.
this is the weirdest thing you can talk about, I really want to know what the weirdest thing is
No,
that
you
you
do
can.
not.
You wouldn't
No.
believe. I think the mental acuity. It's not really the mental acuity. It's the things you just get used to when you're over there that you don't even flinch at. And you start thinking as normal. I mean, we had a bunch of Marines come back. We're going through their carry-on, and they had a bunch of grenades duct taped with a spoon down. And they're like, "Oh no, they're inert now. The spoons are duct taped." I'm like, "No, you can't bring this on the plane." "No, they're safe now. They're duct taped." I was like, "I promise you, they're not."
Oh my god.
The dumbest thing I ever had to deal with was, so we had amnesty boxes right outside the tent, and you're supposed to, anything you're not supposed to have, you go into this little booth and you put anything inside it that you're not supposed to have at the last minute when you realize, I'm not bringing this home, it's not safe. Because people would try to sneak the weirdest shit in, and then at the last minute go, yeah, I probably shouldn't bring this home. So we go out to check the embassy bin, open up the lid, take the lock off, look inside, and I'm staring down at probably 5 or 6 grenades that I can see. So I close the lid back up. I call the battle captain, and I said, all right, I have UXO over here. And she's like, what do you got? And I said, grenades. And she goes, oh, we'll just pull them out. I'm like, I'm not pulling these out. She goes, I'll be right there. I said, you need to call EOD. I have UXO over here. So she gets over, and she goes, I'll just grab them. And I grab her arm. And this is an Army captain. I grab her arm and yank her back. I said, ma'am, don't touch that. And she goes, it's just grenades. You have to, for those to explode, you have to pull the pin, flip the spoon, and throw them. And I go, ma'am, you don't have to do one of those things. I said, look back in that box. What do you not see? And she looks back inside, and she goes, well, they're just grenades. I said, do you see any pins in those grenades? She goes, well, I can't tell. They're all facing down. I said, there you go. I'm not touching them. Because, again, we're talking about mental acuity. People, in their minds, things that might be funny, they don't think about. So I'm not reaching into this box to pull grenades out.
Yeah.
Have a nice day.
Good call.
Yeah.
That could have been messy.
Dude,
Sorry about that.
we just had some stupid. We had a guy come through one time. The funniest thing was the Marines, because they would bust on each other. So these guys have been carrying in their field packs for 10 months, 12 months. Been carrying all of their ammo, been carrying all their stuff in their field packs. Well, then when they get ready to go back to the country, now their 3-day pack is now their carry-on to get on the airplane with. So they always had extra things rattling around in the bottom of these bags. If you're looking at a 3-day pack, has 12 pockets on it, there's always going to be some kind of ammo inside that's fell loose out of a magazine or something. Totally innocent. But when you sent them through X-ray and you found them, all these guys would watch, and so they had to do 5 push-ups for every 5.56 round, 50 push-ups for a 50 cal round. A 7.62 round was 25 push-ups, and it was like a game to them. Like, oh, dude, you've got 3 5.56 rounds and 4 7.62 rounds. You owe me 145 push-ups, and they just thought it was funny. But it was a game to them. But
That's so funny.
a lot of stuff was fun. Like I said, Doug can verify. A lot of the stuff was fun. That a normal civilian would blow their fucking mind. Holy shit, he's got 12 rounds in his fucking carry-on bag. And
They never checked us like that.
well, we had the multicolor. I'm gonna send you some pictures, Doug, and it's the funniest damn thing.
Well,
We had-
different group. When I get back, because I would only go for a few days at a time, I get back and start dumping stuff out to wash things out and be like, oh, that's blank. This.
And there's still shit we would miss.
I got
But
to take that back into work.
Yeah, even knowing there's things we miss, if they get back to the States with that shit and it goes through civilian, like at that time, C-130s, if they're flying back on a C-130 going to an airfield, we didn't worry about shit. But most of these guys were flying back on United Airlines, right out of Kuwait City, flying straight into Dallas or Dulles Airport, in D.C. We had to search them well because the Air Force, when they were doing it, let a bunch of grenades go through. And they caught them in Dulles. Probably the worst place to get caught with any kind of ordinance is Dulles, because security around Washington D.C. is stupid. So, and that's when the Navy took it over. We took it over in 2005 and started doing all the customs because the Air Force wasn't strict enough. They didn't care about their jobs apparently. Anyway,
there's always the what's the funniest, or what's actually not the funniest thing you ever came back with and didn't know was in your pack. And I'm not going to say it on YouTube.
Oh, somebody asked that?
I was very surprised.
So
Why start a story if you can't finish it? Such a teaser.
Well, the funniest thing I ever caught was this girl had a cigar box, and I shake it, and it's like, it's full of rocks. And I'm like, she has it duct taped, and I'm like, open it up. And she goes, it's full of sex toys. I'm like, what? She cuts it open, flips it open, dumps it out. It was. And I'm looking down at all this shit. She goes, yep, I'm a freak from Minnesota. And I said, yes, you are. And another girl, we're going through her stuff, and to cut down time, she had a mag light, and I said, just turn it on. And she goes, what? And I said, well, if you turn it on and it comes on, I know you're not trying to smuggle anything because it'll come on. It's full of batteries. And I'm like, oh, she goes, oh, okay, cool. That's a good idea. So I'm digging through her other stuff, and all of a sudden I hear bzzz, and I look up. She goes, look, batteries. Yep.
God.
Next.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Sometimes being an MP is kind of fun. Sometimes it just blows your mind.
I was gonna say, what a fun job.
It's not always that fun. I'm giving you like the 1% that is fun. The rest of it kind of sucked. But some of it was pretty fun. We had so many times we had to evacuate the entire building because one guy decided to bring in a disarmed IED. And the girl that found it, when she opened it up, there was a tin, kind of like the old lunch boxes, like the little tin, like cigar boxes type thing.
Oh yeah.
Opens it up, and there's a timer strapped to the top of it. We evacuated the entire building, and the movement commander, which was a major, was like, "What the fuck's going on?" And it's like, my girl says she found an IED, inspecting one of the bags. He's like, "Whose bag was it?" Nobody was speaking up. So their flight leaves in 4 hours. We had to wait for the robot to come from Kuwait City, bring it in, send it into the building, and when they opened it up, it was an IED that they had disarmed, and this guy thought it looked cool, so he kept it. Took the explosives out of it, but kept the box. They missed their flight. That dude, he got special time. That's one of the ones where the sergeant come up and asks us, the sergeant major comes up and says, I need your Connex. And I said, it's right there. 3 sergeants went in there, and it was another 10 minutes before that dude came out. After the sergeants came back out. That dude got the holy shit beat out of him.
I bet.
But yeah, they missed their flight. But that's the kind of thing, you just start thinking things are normal. Oh, I've got this, this IED. I'm just going to take the explosives out of it and take, the pin flare fuses out, and I can take it home as a souvenir. That's the things you just start thinking. And at the time, it seems perfectly normal. So
how many of them made it through as a souvenir?
Oh, well, through my watch, none. We were
No,
pretty
not through your watch. Like, generically.
Generically, I never heard of any getting caught in the States. So, and again, we're not really worried about us catching them. What I'm worried about is when they get back to the States, you would hear about it. You would hear about an entire airport getting evacuated. And I'm not going to say what city that happened in, but it did happen. And again, they'll say that it happened. They'll never give away that it's a military member bringing it back. They'll just say there was a bomb threat in the airport, or there's a bomb scare. They do have enough tact to not try to blame it on all the heroes that are coming back to the States, but I will say it did happen.
It's crazy.
At least once.
Allegedly.
Anyway. Well, we've been on for 2 hours. We do need to save some. Me and Sheila tomorrow night have a little go planned at 7 o'clock my time, 5 o'clock your time. So we'll save some for tomorrow night. You ready for tomorrow night?
I got a lot.
It's going to be exciting. So if you guys can come back tomorrow night, it's going to be pretty fucking awesome. I'll just say. All right. All you guys stick around for a little while. Let me find old lucky number 6 here. The joke is, Sheila, that this is the porn song. Because it kind of sounds like porn music.
Hey, everybody.
Oh
in the
my
chat.
God.
Thanks for coming.
God, who comes like that?
So like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell, link down below. You get t-shirts, mugs, coffee cups from the store. Support the channel. We love you. Thanks for coming by. And we hope to see you guys tomorrow night, 7 o'clock Central, 5 o'clock Western time. Come on in and